welcome to MichelleMotivateMe.com. This video is part of the gender-based communication video series, and the name of it is 6 Steps to Conflict Management Between the Sexes. I have a disclaimer for you on this one. I would like you to be open-minded and realize that when we talk about men, we are not talking about every single man on the planet. And when we talk about women, we're not talking about every single woman on the planet. I've traveled extensively in my career, and one of the things I've noticed is that men all over the world tend to operate in a certain way, and women all over the world tend to behave in a certain way. So I want you to take this into consideration and see if it's true for you. And then if it is, put these 6 steps into practice and hopefully improve every area of your life. Why are you so emotional? Calm down. Oftentimes when we're in conflict with another person of the opposite sex, they'll say things to get us even more upset. And we have some ideas for you to consider with the ways that we operate. There are some benefits to both ways of operating. Maya Angelou puts this quote here where she definitely appreciates the fact that we need each other. And I'm hoping that that message comes across loud and clear. Okay. As with every video, I'm going to ask you to write this information down when you're in the middle of a fight or a disagreement or a strong argument. You are not necessarily going to remember these 6 steps. So knowing them and having them written down ahead of time will really help. Number 1, one of the things that we need to recognize is that men prefer to make unilateral decisions. Someone is calling the shots. Whereas women think, well, why don't we collaborate? Why don't we ask everyone? That way we can get a lot of ideas from a variety of different people. We can learn from each other. You know, why not? This is a great opportunity for us to be able to get engagement and have other people really be involved. Whereas men oftentimes look at this as, you know what, we don't have time. Or why are we going to ask everybody what they think when we can just go right to the experts? You know, somebody may have a great deal of experience in this area, and we're going to go consult the peanut gallery? Come on. Which one is right? Well, who knows? It depends on the situation. It depends on the circumstance. Number 2. Women oftentimes will ask for a favor from employees. Would you do me a favor? Whereas men will say, you know what, do it now. They have no problem giving orders. They feel like it heightens their status and it makes them more in control and have other people respect them. Now, again, who's right and who's wrong? I think in certain circumstances, it is a good idea to ask people to do things to help you, again, to engage them. And other times it's probably best to just give an order and let people understand your authority in the matter. Number 3, women tend to mix work life and home life, whereas men believe that that should be separated. And I'm always fascinated that men have this ability to, you know, really separate, compartmentalize, and see things in one box, and you know, the work life is in a different box. And if they tell each other, I don't want to talk about it, they also respect that. That's amazing to me. Number 4 is about tasks versus relationships. Oftentimes, especially in the workplace, men will see tasks as being very important, and women are more of the caretakers. They'll be concerned about the relationship. And if a situation arises and we need to focus on it and someone happens to be in an emotional state, oftentimes the man will say, you know what, just deal with it. We've got to get this done. And the women will feel like, you know what, everyone has to get along in order for this to work. It doesn't really matter what we accomplish, we have to accomplish it together. And number 5, oftentimes women will avoid conflict and men want to deal with conflict head on. And what's the issue? Tell me the problem. Let's fix it. Let's solve it. And oftentimes women feel like, you know what? Why bother? It doesn't matter. Nobody listens to me anyway. And there might be some truth to that. Now, in other videos, we definitely discussed conflict and how to resolve conflict. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but I am going to encourage you to, if you do feel that way, to go past it. Number 6 is about dealing with each other's differences and accepting them. And then I'm going to ask you to go a step further than that and appreciate the differences. When you appreciate a person's way of doing things that may be different from the way you do things, you're not only accepting it, but you're thinking, wow, let me recognize the value here in doing it this way or that way. Okay, so quick review. Decisions. We make decisions differently, men and women. Giving orders versus asking. Mixing home and work life or separating them. Tasks versus relationship. Resolving conflict, and then finally appreciating differences. I want you to keep one thing in mind. This is going to take time. You're going to need to be patient with yourself. Be patient with a person of the opposite sex. Maybe Dr. John Gray had it right when he said men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And I am from this planet, and I know how you can reach me. Let me tell you how to do that. Send an email to Michelle@michellemotivateme.com. And in that email, tell me how you applied this material and how it worked for you. Thank you.